Hi, this is Daniel of the Seven Realms. I want to personally thank you for taking time out of your busy day to listen, to like, and subscribe to my channel. As a person with a visual disability, it means a lot to me. Going forward, I'd hopefully like to make my story into more of a comic book environment. I'm hoping to use some AI-generated visual content to go along with different parts of the audio Ep.5 file. As a person with a visual disability, it's really hard to get some type of image and picture into this story to be accepted by YouTube. So please stay tuned with that. I'm also trying to work on the thumbnail to go along with this as well. Quick little tidbits or just understanding about this audio story that you're listening to. This is a part of a 7-part trilogy. This is part 1 or round 1, which is the Digital Dark Pit of Doom. As you listen to this story, make sure you use some headphones to kind of get the best effects to hear things going from one side of the headphones to the other side, etc. Also, please note that when you're done listening to the story, at the end are the credits. You can find out where I get some of the sound effects and music from as well. You can also click on a link that's up there, especially if you're using a computer. Fortunately, it doesn't work so well if you're using the YouTube app, but if you do click on that link, it'll take you to a Google form where you can actually pick your choice in the story. Especially coming up in this next story that you're going to listen to, you definitely want to do this. You pick that part of the story, there's actually feedback that you can click on, and you will encounter Squibby, who will give you some feedback, and you'll get some little bit behind the scenes things that are going on. So, enough of me blabber jabbing. Now to the next part of the story, inside the CTC.
After typing in a strong password into the computer, you smack the enter key with the plastic 3D wrench. All at once, you'll hear a deep echoing tone that vibrates throughout the whole dome. The echoing sound makes your whiskers stick up in fear. Then, the massive screen flashes solid green before dissolving into these words. Welcome to Realm 1, the Digital Dark Pit of Doom. Good luck, Rail. You're going to need it. Then a visual collage of fast-moving pictures flash by on the massive screen. First, a 7-pointed star with the number 7 and the letter R in its center spins in a circle before morphing into a new image. The second image expands upwards out of the 7-pointed star and it reveals a mysterious dark foreboding tower with 2 large wooden doors at its base. The third image is a kaleidoscope of various shaped creatures made from overlapping colored dots. The fourth and final image is from the perspective of a high-flying drone, providing a fuzzy image of towering granite walls that surround a giant dark pit in the center. The collage of pictures finally stops and the screen fades to black. All of the remaining lights from the computer also flick off one by one until you are left all alone in total darkness with only the humming of the computer for company. Then, off to your right, an unseen wooden torch hanging in the brass bracket on the wall bursts into flames. As you silently watch in fear and amazement, all around the circle-shaped chamber torches spontaneously ignite into flames until the last one next to you erupts into flames. You then hear a strange twinkling sound coming from the center of the encircling torches and a holographic 3D image starts to materialize out of the darkness. Within a few seconds, the image fully crystallizes into an image of a lady with a ruler in her right hand. She is wearing a long black flowing robe with a silver 7-pointed star brooch pinned to her left shoulder, and around her neck is hanging a pair of glasses.
Welcome, Rail, to the Computer Training Center. I'm Odyssey, your personal teacher of the visually impaired. Since you have been chosen to be transformed into a blue 4-foot-tall mouse creature, you will need some help in understanding your role within the game. Just like a normal mouse, you have low vision and need to learn independent living skills to assist you in surviving within the game. You will need to use your staff as a white cane to aid you in moving around safely in this realm. I will also be assisting you in learning how to read Braille before you continue on with your journey. So, let's get started.
What are you planning to teach me?
Like I just told you, I will be teaching you how to read Braille and to use your staff.
What's so hard about swinging a cane from left to right?
She does not respond to your question but instead silently floats 30 feet away from you, creating a noticeable distance. As she stops, her gaze shifts back to you, and a serious expression settles on her face, conveying a sense of gravity to the situation. Despite her appearing to be real, the light offered by the torches flickers through her image as if she was a ghost. You feel a sense of uneasiness staring at her ghostly form and wonder if you should trust her.
Walk over to me with your staff and we can get started.
She states in a firm voice, complaining to yourself about how useless this was going to be. You start walking over to her while smugly swinging your staff in the air from right to left. You refuse to touch the floor with your staff, and as a result you don't feel the slight hole in the floor of the cave. You trip over it and go sprawling towards the ground. She just manages to catch you right before you face plant into the hard rocky floor of the cave.
Were you trying to kill me?
No, I wanted to teach you a valuable lesson about using your staff, Rail. You need to either employ the constant contact method or use the two-touch method when walking with your staff.
She then pulls out a collapsible white cane from her pocket and demonstrates the proper techniques of the constant contact and two-touch methods. For the next couple of hours, she teaches you how to correctly hold the staff in your paw and how to move your wrist in step with your walking cadence. She then goes over both methods before calling for a break. She disappears after suggesting that you eat some cheese from your sack and drink some water from the water skin around your neck. You happily spot a wooden table in the corner and sit down on one of the benches. You can smell the milky odor of the aged cheese and it makes your mouth water with hunger. You quickly devour the hunk of cheese and wash it down with some of your water. After you complete your meal, she reappears holding some strange thick-looking books in her hands and places them down on the table.
These are books to assess your ability to feel and recognize various shapes and dots.
She then has you open up one of the books and begins testing your ability to feel circles, triangles, and squares. As you work on recognizing the shapes, they start getting smaller and smaller. She then slides over another book to you and has you turn to the second page. She then has you feel Braille for the first time and then starts teaching you the alphabet in Braille. You struggle trying to feel the dots and trying to remember all of the combinations of dots to create letters. She teaches you well into the night and you're about ready to fall asleep on top of the table when she tells you the lessons are over.
Good enough. This will have to do for now. You need to get going in your journey and remember all the things that I have taught you, since they will come in handy in all of the realms.
She then hands you a thick rolled up piece of paper and then disappears, and you are left standing all alone in the ring of fire. You unroll the scroll and realize that she has given you a Braille cheat sheet with all of the alphabet symbols on it. You're not quite sure what you should do next or where you should go, since there did not appear to be any exit to leave the computer station. All at once, off to your right, you see another torch unexpectedly burst into flames. You place the Braille scroll into your sack and pick up your staff. Using your wooden staff as your white cane, you slowly move towards the new flaming torch, all the while incorporating the orientation and mobility methods that she had taught you. As you get closer to the flaming torch, it reveals a recessed alcove with things lying on top of a rocky shelf. Approaching the rough shelf, you reach out your paw and start feeling what is on it. You can feel plastic shapes and you realize that you know what some of them are. You can feel a laptop, Chromebook, keyboards, headphones, an iPad, and finally some other types of devices, but you have no idea what they might be. Lit by the flaming torch from above, you can just see some crudely chiseled symbols into the rocky wall of the alcove. Flipping down your monocular, you realize that the words are in Braille. You pull out your cheat sheet and try to decipher the text. After an hour, you finally decode the following lines of text. You need to pick a device along with a pair of headphones and use them during your adventures through the 7 realms. You can pick the computer, Chromebook, Braille display, or iPad. However, If you pick the iPad, you are required to also pick either the keyboard or braille display to pair with it. Finally, you can also just pick the braille computer as your choice as well. You decide to pick up a pair of the headphones along with one of the devices and place both of them into your sack. Just as you finish placing the things into your sack, you hear the scraping of stone upon stone as if a door was opening up. You turn to the right and find a hidden room. Behind you all of the torches silently go out all at once and you are left in the pale feeble glow emanating from the room. You cautiously enter the grey stone room and peer around it. In front of you is a table and in one corner is a large wooden box. Light is softly coming from the top of the table, offering some subdued lighting to the otherwise dull room. Along one wall are 9 strange white marble statues. They appear phantom-like in the flickering shadows cast by the top of the table. You ignore them for now and instead concentrate on the box in the corner. Using your staff, you cautiously walk over to the box and can just see a large fuzzy symbol of the letter G and the word docs painted on one of its sides. Inside of the wooden box, you see a pile of shapes. You quickly feel the shapes but have no idea what they represent. Peering closer in the dim lighting, you can see that there were 4 of them in various colors with different print on each of them. You pick them up one at a time and read the print on each of them. The waffle, the hamburger, the ice cream cone, and the docs icon. You stare dumbfounded at the shapes, uncertain what you should do with them. While pondering over them, you hear a soft beep coming from your device in your sack. Pulling it out, you examine it and realize that there is a message displayed on it.
Braille. Now that you have created a very strong password, the device that you have chosen is fully connected to the internet. As you explore this realm, you will need to use keyboard commands, mouse clicks, and braille commands to assist you in solving problems you will encounter in this realm. I know you can do this. Sincerely, your personal TVI Odyssey.
You glance across the top of the table and realize that the shapes were like puzzle pieces where only one of them fit into the open spot on the desktop. Glancing down at your paws, you then realize that these shapes had something to do with Google Docs. One of these shapes could be used to open up Docs, but which one?
Credits: music by freepd.com, ambient bongos by Alexander Nakarada, audio library, YouTube studio Woodshedder by Quincas, Moreira High Noon by TrackTribe, robot code, narration services offered by Reloud.net, main voice voiced by Brian, Odysseys voiced by Aemyn, credits voiced by Sally, some sounds obtained from freesound.org, Creative Commons Defensible, Twister by Brasilia 123, Maple Fire by Nivatius, Fire Torch _Whoosh 1, medium speed. WAV by Kev_Der, Train Tunnel.flac by Tim.kahn, Whoosh Bamboo 4 by Sadiquecat, Laser Machine Gun by Sonically_Sound, Journey to the Interweb by Aemyn, Cartoon Jump.wav by Bastian, Hello New Magic.mp3 by Bunny Cave, Winton.wav by Yatas, Ounce Ambience 03 by Ubik, license, Attribution 4.0, The Shrinking Ray by Rich Erland, //freesound.org/people/Rich Erland //freesound.org/people/Rich Erland /25133/https://freesound.org/people/Rich Erland/sounds/25133// Horror Sting, Eyes in the Dark, 2 by Silver Illusionist, https://freesound.org/people/Silver Illusionist/sounds/6708441/license, Attribution 4.0. R4_003282_EXP.wav by KevPate88, license EPS://freesound.org/people/KevPate88/sounds/6367777/attribution 4.0. Other sounds and voices by D. Martin, Rail voiced by D. Martin, Daniel A. Martin, all rights reserved 2024.